I've seen increased comments saying, hey Echo, can you check out the Paragliders add-on created by Polymaps? Now, I think this has been designed as like an early starter for your Elytra. Let's see if it's worth getting. It is priced at 310 Minecoins, which is £1.69. This add-on is $2. The description says, glide safely and stylishly down from towering builds or lofty mountains with the Paragliders add-on. Personalize your paraglider with 16 vibrant mob-themed designs. Hold sneak for a swift descent or jump to glide greater distances. Catch smoke updrafts from campfires and soar to new heights. A craftable and survival-friendly item you can add to existing worlds. So not every single add-on needs to be crazy over the top and overpowered. This has been designed to kind of enhance your survival experience. I had a bunch of you requesting that we check this out, so let's see if it's worth those $2. The add-on file size is 289 kilobytes. So this add-on feels like one of those add-ons you would combine with other add-ons to make the perfect mod pack. Now, once you do have this installed in a new pre-existing world, you are going to be given a guidebook. And it says, with 16 designs to choose from, paragliders allow you to safely and stylishly glide down from any heights. On the left-hand side at the bottom, it explains how to craft it. You are going to need 3 phantom membranes, 3 logs of any type, and 2 types of sticks. Optionally, you can add a die in the remaining crafting slot to change the design. We're not going to do that because they did also include a really cool way to actually dye these. But that slot right there, if you put a die, it's going to give you a different design. Let's start with the very basic one. So 3 logs, 3 phantom membranes, and 2 sticks are going to be needed inside of a crafting table. If you don't see it, tap on craftable. And this is the very, very basic one. Now, I like the animations. They look pretty cool. It's obviously an obscured view, but obviously the whole aim of this is to kind of glide down. But they did something really cool, which does include campfires. Inside of this, on the right-hand side, it explains how to use it. It's really simple to use. Press use while falling to glide with the paraglider. It then also says, while gliding, you can move in any direction the way you're looking. Control the speed of your descent by holding sneak to descend faster or jump to descend slower. There is a 1-second cooldown between uses. At the bottom, it says gliding directly over a lit campfire will ascend you to the maximum height of the smoke. So there is actually a way to boost this. So it's as simple as like tapping it and having the ability to glide. So space, I believe, is meant to slow you down a little bit. Let's just double check. So jump activates space, lets you kind of descend a little bit slower so you can go a little bit further. But obviously, we need to try this from different heights. I really like the way this looks in your hand, by the way. They really did do a good job with this. Anyway, we're going all the way up there. So if we tap here, turn around. If you just go ahead and jump, we're going to free fall. If we tap, we now use it. If we hold space, you're kind of able to slow it down, which means you are able to glide a little bit faster. If you sneak, it's going to take you down. You tap again, it's going to stop. You can tap it again. Now, the only downside to this is I kind of wanted to go a little bit faster. This is great for traversing from really high heights. But besides that, that's simply all it does. That's it. And again, it's here to be a basic design. The concept is cool. Obviously, I would like to change the designs and show you how this works. But they do work with campfires. So I kind of want to see if we can get this to work here. If I activate, and we like, there we go, there we go. You could do it in the campfire. So as you guys can very clearly see here, this is a regular campfire, so we don't go too high. This one over here now is a soul one. This one has the hay bale underneath it, which means you're able to go quite far. So theoretically, you could place a ton of these and kind of somewhat boost from one location to another. So I like the fact that they have included pre-existing features in Minecraft. And you can see here, it does have a durability feature as well. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Obviously, if you free fall, you're going to take damage. So let's go ahead and kind of make like a bigger line of the campfires. So this is going to be quite interesting here. If we activate, as you can see here, you can go ahead and travel across the smoke, which this would be useful if we were to boost it and then kind of go to somewhere else we wanted to go. So the way I'm trying to... Let's catch this. Oh, I never caught it. The way I'm trying to think here is how I would use this. So let's say I had something all the way up there. The way I would do this is, of course, activate. Make sure we move all the way across here smoothly. Just so we obviously activate all of the smoke. There's a lot of particles. It doesn't want to give us all of them. But then I would just go ahead and glide in this specific direction. So yeah, it's doable. I wish there was a way to boost yourself a little bit faster. Obviously, it is meant to be an alternative to your Elytra. But let's say I had like a secret cave over there. I actually don't know if we're going to make this. But the concept is cool. It's cheap and easy to make, but not something that you can make straight away. And something that you would have to wait until Phantom spawn in order to get. So, yeah, I was definitely relatively impressed with this. We were just a little bit shy of this. But you can see we've obviously traveled from over there to here. I wish there was a way to kind of pause yourself in the air as well. But, yeah, super impressed. Anyway, we have a bunch of different designs here. I just wish there was a way to kind of boost yourself. You know, maybe it could be done with a firework or some other way. Maybe you could use like a... I don't know, like a piston to yeet yourself into the sky or something. But yeah, let's go ahead and change the designs. Hold on, before we do this though, the durability is starting to run out. Inside of the guidebook, it explains that you can actually enchant this. You can have Unbreaking 1 to 3, but also Mending. So if I was to give myself a bunch of XP, put this inside of here with this, it's going to offer you Unbreaking, which is obviously incredibly helpful. But better yet, you could go ahead and put this in here. Nope, this in there with Mending. Then throw a bunch of these and have the ability to actually repair this. So it does align very nicely with the vanilla aspect of Minecraft, which I was a massive fan of. I like that. Anyway, in terms of dyeing it, so it works with any type of dye inside of a crafting table. But inside of here, it says here, change the design. The design of the paraglider can be changed at any time using a cauldron and some dye. So we'll do the white one. Let's do the white one. The white one's changed, which is very clearly meant to be a sniffer here. Hold on, let's activate this. Activate with the smoke. There we go. So there is the sniffer design. And I think it's meant to represent each and every single one. So we'll see what they're meant to be. Next is meant to be... Is that meant to be a panda? I think it is meant to be a panda. After that, it's meant... Oh, that's pretty cool. That's obviously meant to be like a pillager one. Next one, which is black, is... Is that spider? I think it is. It's spider eyes. I like this one. This one's cool. This one's really, really cool. I just like the fact that you can get off the ground as well. Also, if you do switch, like, you are prone to taking damage. Next one is... going to be a cow. Then we have... Is that another sniffer? Am I going crazy? Is that one not meant to be a sniffer? What's that meant to be, guys? I think it's meant to be a sniffer. Or what's it meant to be? Maybe I'm going crazy. I'm not sure. Next one is a fox. Oh, I really like that one. Next is going to be a bee. Next is a slime. Then we have the creeper one. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool indeed. I like this one. Yeah, the green creeper one. Obviously, we can go down a little bit faster here. Switch. Let's go to the next color. That's a phantom. That's a glow squid. That's a... Wait, what did I say this one was? That's a warden, sorry. That's a glow squid. That's a phantom, sorry. Shulker. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty nice one. Next, after that, we have an Enderman and Axolotl, maybe. I like this one. I think it's quite fitting, too. Okay, activate. Take me up. There we go. And that's practically what this add-on is. Like I said, guys, not every single add-on needs to be over the top and crazy. But there's definitely room for expansion on this kind of thing. I feel like this is like something that you would combine with like a bunch more other add-ons. If you had like essentials, if you had like the aquaculture, if you went with better on bedrock, if you went with we did a dynamic world not long ago, which was like crazy heights. I think it was made by Shapescape. So yeah, combined with other things, I think that's where this becomes the perfect type of add-on. I hope you enjoyed today's video.